to Sierra Vista. We were both born in Arizona and never heard anything good about Sierra Vista. We heard it was dangerous, ugly, filled with druggies,
Yeah,
so we
pretty
weren't
much don't go
expecting
there.
much. But we had a reason for being there.
Yeah, Bisbee's right next door, 1. 2, we have some friends there that we did a podcast with, so we figured, why not? What the heck, right?
Yeah.
If it sucks, we can always leave.
So on our way into town, there was this huge cross up on the hill, and it kind of reminded me of the Jesus that's on the mountain in Brazil. Huge cross, and I saw a road going up to it, and I figured we'd have to check that out while we were here. Turns out this once was private property, and the owner of the property wanted to erect this large cross, but city code officials wouldn't allow it unless there was a church built. Recently, that private property was burnt down by a wildfire. However, the cross, the statue, and the church were unaffected. It tells a story along the stairs of, Christ being crucified.
It has all the verses that go with it.
Yeah, and the cool part to me was this church, which is a functioning Catholic church every Sunday.
Yeah, it's small. It's
Very
so cute
small.
and small. I love it.
Yeah. So you all have seen that show Pickers? There's this thing called desert picking that that is really fun. The desert's got a lot of land and some stuff just ends up abandoned. So we were heading back from the Lady of the Sierras, and Jesse saw this old car parked in the middle of a field of a desert. Decided to check it out. What is it, honey?
It's an old Lincoln Continental.
An old Lincoln Continental with suicide doors. Super cool. Check it out. We also had a really sweet parking spot in this neighborhood that never came to be. So all the roads were paved, and it looks like gas lines, water lines were all ran.
Yeah, all the utilities were in there.
It was still just a
empty.
desert. So we were able to park on this really, smooth, level surface, but we had the most spectacular view of the Fort Fort Huachuca mountain range. Oh my gosh, beautiful.
Yeah. So while we were doing our little mini honeymoon in Bisbee and this few days in Sierra Vista, Jonah went back with Grammy and Grampy up to Prescott to hang out and have fun. So he's been doing nothing, and I mean almost nothing, but riding his bike. And when he's not riding his bike, he's playing with a little bit of Legos and probably eating a peanut honey. That kid's having a blast. Since Jonah's hanging up in Prescott, we're having some fun down here in Sierra Vista. Our friends, the Crabs, the Crab Homestead, Chitty Bang, Talkin' Chitty, I mean,
Babe.
97 different names. Like, if you guys could pick like 2 or 3, maybe some of us could remember that.
No, you just remembered all of them.
Was that all of them?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, well, hey. We'll find them all. We'll drop links so you guys can go check them out. We did their podcast. I've never done a podcast. I've done a bit of radio. This was so much fun. It's a bit R-rated. So if you do decide to go over there and check it out, beware. There's zero censoring on that. So kids, especially my kids, there's some stuff on there you might not want to hear.
It was so much fun, though. I mean, just getting to know each other. We both live at a bus. They were curious about our stories from breaking down in Idaho.
Yeah.
We talked about how we met. We talked about how we got through the cold months and frustration. It was so much fun. I would totally do that all over again.
So you guys get to see tons about us, or you're gonna get to see tons about us. So here's a little bit about the Crabs, a little bit from them, a little bit how they met. Check it out.
Look no further, feller. You found me.
Yeah, get that liquor out of the way.
God, it looks so bad right now. Like, yeah, we haven't even touched the wild turkeys. Wild turkey, rye whiskey, and then some beer cans.
Some beer, yeah, and the screwball whiskey. We didn't drink it all.
Yeah, that
More than half that bottle's gone.
Everything.
Half that bottle's gone. That thing's completely
we look
gone.
like we partied really hard.
We haven't even.
We
Yeah.
started really early.
I used to talk to all her friends but her, and I was just getting all the intel that I needed.
I was like, you were such
So
an
when I
ass,
came-
bro, you didn't talk to me.
She was easy.
Anyway, I made
You gotta
the
put the
first
work in, people.
I made
Put
the
the
first
work in.
move. I made the first move. I
She
was
thinks,
like,
but I was gathering intel.
I'm gonna come to your.
for
I'll come
months.
to your. I drove him to his car. He ended up leaving this piece of paper in my car. So the next day.
Smooth. I played chess while other people were playing checkers.
So
See you
then
later.
ever since then we were like inseparable. And then he was like my new best friend. And honestly, I think we found each other when we needed each other the most.
We'd watched that movie, Tiny, The Art of Living Small, and I started realizing, like, man, you know, we could totally do this, and we
weren't-
should do this.
Yeah, and we weren't attached to anything because we had.
We
a
had
house
just had the
fire.
house fire.
It was a total
We had just
loss.
lost 100% of everything.
But he had
so,
like 3,000 rounds of ammo in our closet, and so when we had to make sure the firefighters knew that when it went off that hey,
Hey,
this
careful.
is going.
Oh yeah, I was like, don't go in there.
And by
Like,
the
just
way,
let this son of a bitch burn.
we did have
You
a
don't
safe.
want this.
It was a fire safe from Walmart, $100, and it totally.
Work. Century safe.
Everything
It was a
stayed in
century
there,
safe.
even with all the ammo
Yep.
right next to
Yep.
it.
Yep.
The handle
They
melted
work.
off, but our friend did an angle grinder and got the door off. I don't know. I don't think people are ready to hear our opinions. I'm a little from the South, and I might not be like politically correct, and you know, I might.
You don't have to
embarrass
be with the
myself.
podcast though, and that's the best part.
And that
yeah.
was kind of it. It was more like this was the branch of our social media that extended to us being ourselves,
Yep.
talking about whatever we wanted to talk about, and if people really wanted to get to know us and know who we are, this is how you do it.
So it was a blast. It was also a late night, and we had a lot of exploring to do.
We're driving down the road and we've been through Sierra Vista a couple times, and this place always has cars. And right now it's absolutely packed, like packed like a church. Brews Brothers Coffee. Look at this. Just a tiny little place on the side of the road and just loaded with cars both ways. So we gotta go check it out because coffee. Ooh, look at that. Made just for me. So, if you're ever in Sierra Vista, that coffee spot is must have. Put it on your list. Great coffee.
Then it was time to go exploring. Ran into a guy who saw our Jeep. He's a big Jeep enthusiast. So he told us, don't go up to the Nature Conservatory. They charge you $8 to take a hike. What you want to do is go back down and go over to this canyon, go up this one dirt road, there's waterfall back there, bingo. Then make sure you go down to Coronado National Monument, take that drive, back around the other side of the mountains to Sonoita, which we didn't end up doing because we ran out of time in the day.
We got our feet wet because we found some water. Water is always welcome. It's right at that time of year where it's starting to be nice and warm, but not exactly hot, but warm enough that you're like, man, it'd be nice to get my feet wet right now. Lily got to water test her sandals. Her new sandals from Deliberate Life Designs. They are great.
Best
Custom made footwear. They trace your foot and like get all the specifics, do it exactly how you want. So
Super comfy. You don't even feel like you're
They're
wearing
actually, like,
them. And
minimalist.
they're really grippy.
yeah, they're minimalist running sandals, but they're great for everyday wear too. Saw some beautiful wildlife. There were deer everywhere. I only took a couple little snips of them because I was driving, but I mean, we saw probably 24 deer within a block just hanging out in everybody's yards, eating their grass.
Then we went to find the waterfall, which I had read that you can see from the major highway in Sierra Vista. I thought I had a pretty good idea of where it was
definitely
supposed to be, but we couldn't see it, mostly because it wasn't running.
It was just a little trickle of a stream.
We could spot the bus from the top of the mountain though, which I thought was really neat.
That we could. I'll see if I can find a picture for it. If I can, it's right there. If not, that was just a to nothing, like that one was.
Coronado National Monument was really cool. It kind of talks about Coronado coming across the border looking for gold or whatever, but the big part about it is how our two cultures are so integrated. Talked about, you know, tortillas and Day of the Dead turning into Halloween.
Ofrendas. Have you seen Coco?
Yeah.
There's an ofrenda. It's right here. Show me some 1600s conquistador. Ooh.
You like that?
I do.
How could you even focus with this thing on your head?
You'd have to. Well, it's a little big for you.
Wait.
Chainmail headpiece. Then you'd put the hat on top of it, the helmet.
You're welcome.
The tag goes in the back.
The sword for you.
Oh, grab your sword. Get your sword.
Oh my god.
And there's 2 shields and a flag can also be used if you want to more added to your.
Accurate?
Yeah, it's accurate. It's a replica, of course, but it is pretty accurate to what they would have used. What some would have used.
Cool. So that's Sierra Vista. Way better than we expected.
And it was a blast. So we've taken our honeymoon and it's time to head north.
So see you soon. Like, subscribe, hit the little bell thingy. If you hate us, leave a comment. If you love us, leave a comment. If you don't feel anything, just say that. I don't feel anything.
I'm dead inside.
It's the antidepressants. They make me feel dead inside.